The Pattullo Bridge, named after a former BC premier, has been helping commuters get between Surrey and New Westminster since the late 1930s. But now there's a growing call to give the bridge's replacement a different name. CTV's John Woodward tells us why some say the time has come to stop honoring a premier known for racist beliefs.
They just took a huge leap of faith that Canada was worth dying for.
Arthur Calderwood's dad, Douglas Jung, was among around 600 Chinese Canadians who volunteered to fight for Canada in the Second World War. He was recruited for Operation Oblivion, a secret mission.
My father was trained as a commando with the intent to be dropped behind Japanese enemy lines.
Jung himself believed his sacrifice would pay dividends.
Unless we volunteered to serve Canada during its hour of need, we would be in a very difficult position after the war ended to demand our rights as Canadian citizens.
To some politicians of the day, that was a problem, including one of BC's wartime premiers, Duff Pattullo. Records say Duff Pattullo had written a letter to Prime Minister Mackenzie King advising against allowing Chinese Canadians into the armed forces. Letting Chinese Canadians serve would undermine justifications for denying them the same rights as other Canadians. Pattullo also advised King in the 1930s that although BC had no objections to taking refugees, Jews were not wanted in the province. These Chinese Canadian veterans say the current bridge can keep its name. They just don't want the bridge slated to replace it to have the same one.
A new bridge, a new beginning, a new era. I think that's maybe the time for us to have a name change.
It's a racial reckoning in the same spirit that has taken down Jim Crow-era statues in the United States and the statue of John A. Macdonald in Victoria. The Liberals and the NDP are open to the change.
It's a new bridge. It's perfectly logical to consider a new name.
Jung himself became the first Chinese Canadian MP and won the Order of BC. A Vancouver building that was once named for an MP with racist views now bears his name. John Woodward, CTV News, Vancouver.